students. Now we are going to start the second lecture of our chapter, that is chemical effect of electric current and magnetism. Now in this lecture we are going to look at the very first topic, that is electric current. Now what is electric current? Electric current is the rate of flow of charge. It is the rate of flow of charge or the amount of charge flowing. So electric current, we are going to define electric current as it is the rate of flow of charge in a conductor. And conductor, the electric current does not flow in an insulator. Why? Because insulator does not allow charge to flow through it. So the very basic definition of electric current is that it is defined the very basic definition is that it is defined as the rate of flow of charge. It is defined as the rate of flow of charge in a conductor or the amount of charge flowing through a conductor, or it is can be also defined as the amount of charge or the amount of charge that flows through a conductor and flowing through a conductor. Flowing through a conductor. In a unit time. So in a measurable time or in a unit time is called as electric current. Now, if we talked about electric current, the electric current is a flow of electric charges only. That means the flow of electrons. So, the electric current it is the flow of electric charges and the electric charges are the electrons only, not protons but only electrons. It is the flow of electrons in a metal wire or in a conductor, that is metal wire. In a conductor, and the conductor is the metal wire. Also, it is the amount of electric charge it is the amount of electric charge passing through a given point. So, when we calculate the amount of electric charge passing through a given point, then it is given in 1 second if a charge is q coulombs. So, the amount of electric charge that pass through a given point of conductor passing through a given point of conductor passing through a given point of conductor in 1 second is a in 1 second, and if the charge is q coulomb, and if the charge is q coulomb, Then how can we calculate the electric current? We calculate the magnitude of electric current and it is denoted by I. So the magnitude of electric current I is denoted by the magnitude of electric current, that is I. It is denoted by I is equals to Q upon T, the amount of charge flowing in per unit time. So it is the amount of charge, that is Q coulomb. The amount of charge is Q coulomb that is flowing in per unit time is called as, and it is denoted by current, and the SI unit of charge is Q. The SI unit, we are going to talk about the SI unit of charge. We all know that time is, SI unit is second. So the SI unit of charge, the SI unit of charge is coulomb and we denote it by Q. So 1 coulomb is equals to charge of, its value is 1 coulomb is equals to charge of 6.25 into 10 raised to the power 18 electrons. Now the next topic that we are going to look at is the SI unit of current is ampere. So we are going to talk about the SI unit of current. We have talked about the SI unit of charge, that is coulomb. Now we are going to talk about the SI unit of current. And as we know from the formula that when 1 coulomb of charge, what happens is the current's formula is charge upon time. So when 1 coulomb of charge, when 1 coulomb of charge flows through any cross section, in a 1 second, so the electric current will be equal to, or the electric current passed through it is said to be 1 ampere. So the electric current flowing through it, the electric current flowing through it is said to be 1 ampere. Is said to be 1 ampere. So we denote it by 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb upon 1 second. And instrument that used to measure current is called ammeter. And the instrument, we are going to talk about the instrument that used to measure current. So the instrument used to measure current the instrument that is used to measure current is called ammeter. And it should have very low resistance. The instrument should have very low resistance. So it should have very low resistance. And it is connected in series in the circuit. An ammeter should always be connected in series. So it should be connected, and it is connected in series in the circuit. It is connected in series in circuit. Now, the next topic that we are going to discuss about is the direction of electric current. So, how the direction of electric current matters and what is the direction of electric current, we are going to talk about that. So, we all know that there are two types of charges. The very first one is positive charge and the negative charge. Now, we know that there are two charges. We know that there are two charges. The first is positive and the second is negative charges. So what happens here is when the direction of electric current was being decided, the electrons were not discovered at that time. So negative charges, that are electrons, the electrons were not discovered at that time. So the electric current was considered to be the flow of positive charges. So when we talk about electric current, it is considered as the flow of positive charges. So the electric current is considered to be the flow of positive charges, is considered to be the flow of positive charges and the positive charges were taken to be the direction of electric current and positive charges were taken to be the direction of electric current, to be the direction of electric current. Also, the direction of electric current is from positive terminal to the negative terminal of the cell. So, the direction of electric current is considered to be the direction of electric current is considered to be from positive terminal to negative terminal of the circuit. From positive terminal to the negative terminal of the circuit. From positive to negative terminal. So this is the flow of electric current and this is the direction of electric current basically. Now the next topic that we are going to discuss about is the flow of electric current when electric current is flowing in a wire. So what is the direction? So an electric current is the flow of electrons. When electric current was discovered and direction was being decided, so that time electrons were not discovered. But now when flow of electric current is considered in a wire, so an electric current is the an electric current is the flow of electrons in a metal wire. It is the flow of electrons in a metal wire, or we can say conductor. So when a cell or battery is applied across its ends, so when a cell or battery when a cell or battery is applied across its ends, across its ends, so what happens is that a metal wire has plenty of electrons in it. A metal wire has plenty of electrons in it. And when the metal wire has not been connected to a source of electricity, and when the metal wire so what happens here is that electric current is the flow of electrons, correct? So when a cell or battery is applied across its ends, a metal wire will have plenty of electrons. A metal wire has a plenty of electrons, that's why they are the conductors. And what happens here is that when a metal wire has been connected, so when this metal wire has been connected to a source of electricity, so here when a metal wire was not connected, was not connected to a source of electricity, and the source of electricity can be a cell or a battery. So like a cell or battery, then the electrons present in it move randomly in all directions. So the electrons present in it will move randomly in all directions. So we are going to discuss about that how the electrons present in it move randomly. So the electrons move randomly in all directions. Now what happens when it is connected to a source of electricity? What happens when it connected to a source of electricity? So when a source of electricity like a cell or battery is connected, so when a source of electricity when a source of electricity like a cell or a battery, like a cell or a battery is connected, so is connected between the ends of a metal wire, then the electric force acts on electrons. Then what happens is that electric force acts on the electrons, The electric force will act on the electrons only, and it moves from negative end to the positive end of the wire, and it moves from the negative end to the positive end of the wire. It moves from the negative end to the positive end of the wire. To the positive end of the wire, and these electrons constitute of the electric current in the wire, and therefore these electrons constitute the electric current in the wire. These electrons constitute of the electric current that is present in the wire. Electric current in the wire. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now in the diagram also we can see that flow of electrons occur from negative to positive direction, whereas the conventional current occurs from positive to negative direction. So this is a diagram of circuit diagram, and we are going to look at the conventional current and flow of electrons. So they are in opposite directions basically. They are in opposite directions, and conventional current flows from positive to negative, and flow of electrons flows from negative to positive. Now the next topic that we are going to look at is the characteristics of the electric current. So we have studied about the electric current. Now we are going to study about what are the characteristics of electric current. Now the very first characteristic of an electric current is that the flow of charge is due to the transfer of negatively charged particles. The flow of charge is due to the transfer of negatively charged particles called electrons. It is due to the transfer of negatively charged particles the negatively charged particles, and they are called as electrons. Now the next characteristic that we are going to look at is that conventionally the direction of current is taken as opposite to the direction of motion of electrons. The direction of current and direction of electrons is opposite to each other. So we are going to write that only is opposite to the it is opposite to the direction of motion of electrons. Is opposite to the direction of motion of electrons. And the third point that we are going to discuss is that the SI unit of electric current is ampere. The SI unit is the standard unit, and the SI unit of electric current it is ampere. and it is denoted by capital A. Now we are going to look at some other characteristics of electric current also, and the other characteristics are that if Q coulombs of charge, the fourth is that if Q coulombs of charge flows through a conductor in T seconds, flows through a conductor in T seconds, then the current through the conductor is I ampere. Then how we can calculate the current, that is I ampere. So the current through the conductor is I ampere. And we can write the formula as I equals to Q divided by T, and Q is equals to N into E and divided by T. So here N is the number of electrons flowing through the conductor. N is the number of electrons that flows through the conductor, flowing through the conductor, and E is the charge on electron, that is equals to E is the charge of electron, and that is equals to 1.6 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. And also if we talk about electric current, then it is a scalar quantity. If we talk about electric current, it has only magnitude and it is a scalar quantity. The scalar quantity are the quantities that only has magnitude in them. It is a scalar quantity, that means it has only magnitude in them. And now the next we are going to look at a question, and here it is given that a charge of 500 coulomb, a charge of 500 coulomb flows through an electric current. So the charge here is given to us as, here charge is given, that is equal to Q, and that is equal to 500 coulomb, and it is flowing through the electric circuit in 50 seconds. It is flowing through the electric circuit in 50 seconds. So time is given as, time we denote it by T, and it is given as 50 seconds. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the current flowing through the circuit. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the current. So we all know that I is equals to Q divided by T. Now we have Q, that is equal to 500 coulomb. So we are taking 500 coulomb and the time is 50 seconds here. So we are putting T is equals to 50 seconds, and 500 divided by 50, that will be equal to 10, and the current is represented, the SI unit of current is in ampere. So we are going to write 10 ampere here. I hope this is clear to all of you that how can we calculate the magnitude of the electric current. So we can write here as the magnitude of electric current is 10 ampere. Now, with this, I hope everything is clear to all of you about the electric current. Now, we are going to end the lecture here only, and thank you everyone.